Hello and welcome to Clarified Solutions, discussion around navigating different approaches to project management. So this is a topic that of course can be incredibly divisive because of the nature of the reason why we have challenges navigating different styles of approaches. So really what this comes down to is, how is the team structured in terms of decision making? So these three critical elements will determine how your team experience that particular project, and also how likely they are to come to the table with no hesitation for the next projects. So navigating differences in approach. Now, of course, there are as many ways to approach this as you can imagine. But one way that I like to approach navigating these differences in project management, which are inevitably going to arise, is addressing them early on in the project. When you eventually have the specific team in mind that you're going to be working with throughout the course of various stages or the entire length of the project, be sure to get to know or even ask directly, what style of communication does each person have? How experienced are they in working within a team of the scale that you're working in for that project? How is it that they see they are contributing to this particular project? And most importantly, do they have any concerns with achieving a successful end result for the project? Imagine if you ask these questions early on in the piece, rather than arriving at an issue and then needing to resolve it whilst the project is live. Gathering this information as well can also build a huge amount of confidence and also self-assurance within the team, so that they have absolute clarity on what it is that they are going to do to assist in the successful outcome of that particular project, and also how it is that they can anticipate to be spoken with and how they can anticipate speaking to others. When you set these clear intentions, you'll be quite astounded by the different quality of results that you will experience. So with project management, I don't leave anything to chance or have anything which is too ambiguous. I set the tone right from the start. So take this time, and it can be done within the space of a few minutes per person to have these discussions, or lengthier discussions if need be. Record this information and make sure that you take action on this information that's shared, so that you can really demonstrate your understanding, your interpersonal skills, your sense of empathy, and also your skill in navigating these different approaches to project management. Now, of course, if you have complementary skill sets represented on the team, this is wonderful. What can also happen just by sheer coincidence or perhaps by design is that several people on a project team may have a core skill set which actually overlaps with one another. Make the most of this. Don't see people as direct competitors with one another. In fact, give them their own distinct areas of the project to work on, or provide guidance in a way where they are actually able to offer their own slightly unique opinions and insights into those particular areas they're contributing to, and get them to develop their skills independently of how they can negotiate and consider what is the most pertinent information or decision making or research or whatever's required in that particular instance. So ask early and get much better results. Another thing which of course this brings to light is your own interpersonal skills and professional business communication skills. It is broadly acknowledged across all industries are absolutely necessary. When I'm talking about interpersonal skills, I mean, for example, how do you deal with conflict? How do you deal with difference? How do you deal with people who have different styles of communication? People who are more quiet and reserved, sitting in the background, thinking of solutions to provide at a later stage, or those who are best engaged when they are engaging with you. They need to be actively involved in discussions. They need to be regularly moving through their thought process out loud. These two different archetypes of people can both achieve incredible results. They just come to that end place in a different way. Being able to acknowledge and really leverage both of these different approaches is an incredible skill that some people have. Also, what's important is communication skills, as I said. So that's your ability to translate information that you are perceiving and receiving into something that is more cogent and is very valuable to share with the rest of the team. Other styles of professional communication skills which are incredibly important is your written communication. There have been many instances where I have seen emails sent and also received emails that certainly could have done with a 10-minute breather. When things become intense, when project deadlines loom, slow down to speed up. Not everything needs to be done in this second, in this moment. Prior to sending emails, which of course, or written communication of any form, which of course can be misconstrued, take your time to read back through that email. What tone do you think it has? Have you correctly laid out the sentences? Are the grammar and syntax all up to scratch? It's very important because what this communication can do is color people's perception of your ability to work effectively as a team member within this particular project. Unfortunately, what I've seen it do in many instances is actually really upset the balance and the equilibrium of a particular team. For example, if someone is perceived as being too assertive and forthright in sharing their opinions, and then really drowning out the voice of others, it can lead to people who are naturally more inclined to be more shy in sharing their opinion to be even less inclined to do so. And unfortunately, to one whole end of the extreme, it can certainly ruffle feathers and create ongoing professional issues between people if not clearly and appropriately attended to. So written communications, please be mindful of how they could be perceived. If you're not sure of what to send or what to say, pause for a few minutes, come back to it, even ask someone that's not directly involved within that project where appropriate and where you can trust them, what their thoughts are on that particular response. It's a very useful thing to do, and one thing I've learned after many, many years of experience. Another style of communication, of course, is verbal communication, and you will know yourself best when you're under pressure and you have a lot of information in your mind and a lot of people that are needing your attention. How do you react? Do you freeze? Do you become larger than life and have everything to say to everyone in every moment? Does your mind go completely blank? Or are you in your element? Are you able to slow down, ensure that everybody is on the same page, and communicate clearly? Everyone responds differently, and it's your responsibility to know how it is that you respond under pressure, and therefore be able to counterbalance that with a way in which you can continue to have that clear and connected communication with your team. If you freeze up, make sure that you take a few breaths and even maybe acknowledge that you're feeling slightly overwhelmed with the amount of information coming through, but that you're looking forward to finding a solution. If you're someone that can become quite overbearing when you feel stressed and overwhelmed, be sure just to slow down, pause once again, take a breath and ask someone else in the team, how is it that they would go about solving that particular issue? Or what do they consider to be the next steps for the project? And if you're someone that goes completely blank in your mind, give yourself a moment to focus on a completely different task and then come back to that task with a refreshed and reinvigorated mindset. So as you can see, it is complex, navigating different styles of project management and also different styles of how people contribute to projects. So with this, I would love to hear your thoughts and your experiences as well. Please comment below with any of these particular stories that pop into your mind of times that you have either been a leader within a project or been part of a project team. As always, I wish you all the best and every success in your project management and beyond. All the best. Take care. Thank you for joining us to uplevel your business, skills, and knowledge. Click the links below and subscribe to the Clarified Solutions social media platforms to receive regular updates. Weekly resources will be provided along with gifts to assist you in your journey in upleveling your business expertise and confidence. We look forward to continuing to support you in your journey as you become the leaders and the business experts you wish to be.